I contacted the WBFF and I asked them, can I transfer my funds to another show because I don't feel ready. Hi Wonder Babes, welcome back to Wonder Babe TV. So, I know I've been missing for a few weeks. WBFF already happened and I'm here to tell you all about it. Let's start off with the weeks prior to the big day. So I did skip the last few weeks. You know what, guys? I couldn't smile. I couldn't laugh. I couldn't anything. The last few weeks prior to competition day were incredibly challenging, excruciating, and overwhelming. I got to the point where I just want this to be over. I just want to get done with it. I can't continue doing this. I thought many times about doing a video about it, but I thought, what am I going to tell you that's different? It's been that, it's consistently that, and it's staying there. And so I thought I would just clump it all together in my final video. So here we are. I think I was consuming like 1,035 to 1,150 calories a day and working out one weight session or strength training session for an hour and 2 hours of cardio. I mean, it was insane. And on top of that, I still have work and house duties, etc. that I still have to complete. And so it was too much. I could barely manage my life. And so, yeah. Anyway, there you go. I did what you should never do. What you should never do when you're trying to do something simply for the experience. Not to be competitive, but simply for the challenge and the experience, right? I went online and started hashtagging the show and trying to find what people are competing and what do they look like to compare myself and to see whether I'm up to par or not. And I'm gonna tell you this, every girl that competed had an incredible figure. These women live, breathe gym and healthy eating. They love the lifestyle and they've been dedicated to it for a while now. So their bodies showcase that. And so I started to, on top of being exhausted and overwhelmed and overworked, I started to feel incredibly insecure. I thought, what the hell am I doing going up on that stage? Why would you put yourself out there like that? You shouldn't do that. All the negative self-talk took place and I was unable to fight it. I contacted the WBFF and I asked them, can I transfer my funds to another show because I don't feel ready. They said I could. There was a fee in order to do that, but I totally could. And I totally considered it. I thought, well, I could do the April show and that gives me 6 more months to prepare and to actually go on that stage and be competitive. And I gave myself all the reasons why I should do it. And I totally forgot the intention of it, which was motivation, a tangible goal to push myself to drop the weight that I had gained. And so it took a lot. It's not a cheap thing to do. I've lost so much money on this show. And so, there was a lot of components that had me second guessing myself. And Bonnie said, you had a goal. This is the end, the finish line. Don't tell me you're not going to cross the finish line. And I couldn't let her down. She's invested a lot of time into me and she's trained with me. She's worked with me all this time and has imparted all her wisdom, and I couldn't let her down. I couldn't let myself down. I opened my big mouth. I said I was gonna do something. I'm like, you said you were gonna do it. You want to be a man of word or a woman of your word, so do the thing you said you were gonna do. And there was enough reasons for me to just do the thing. We drove to Long Beach. I live in Las Vegas. It's a 4.5-hour drive. Had an amazing Airbnb. It was the cutest thing, and which reminds me, I need to leave them a review. And so we got there Friday around 2 p.m. We have to be in our tanning session by 4 p.m. So Luckily, we're only a 6 to 10 minute drive from the convention center or the hotel where this was taking place. Rushed, did my makeup, put on my dress, went in for the tan, and had the registration. And here's the thing about me. I can be incredibly extroverted and socialize. I don't think I like social skills. I think I actually have quite good social skills. But I'm also incredibly introverted. So when I'm in unfamiliar places with unfamiliar faces, I just go into my shell like a turtle or like a roly-poly, and I roll up. And so, one, everything's brand new. Two, I don't feel like the most confident in myself. So, at least in myself in this scenario. So it makes me just want to hide even more. And so I go in there and I'm smiling, and it's like, smile, be confident. So I try to do the dance. And that was that. And I tried to do it as much as possible. But when it came to socializing with the people around me, I couldn't. I guess I didn't want to. I was just so in my own head and nervous that I didn't want to. I wasn't ready. I mean, what am I going to say? What am I going to ask? I'm here just trying to absorb as much as I can and learn as much as I possibly can and just slide through the experience and see how it comes out more so than anything else. So, yeah, I was just so in my head and nervous and shy and everything that I didn't socialize when I should socialize. It's an opportunity to meet other people, especially if it's something you're looking to pursue. And if I could give you advice, get out of your bubble, get out of your shell, and socialize. I didn't. If I could go back, would I change it? Yes, I would change it. I would smile more. I would be more open and welcoming. I would, absolutely would. But I don't regret it either. It was a natural reaction to how I was feeling in that moment. So it's kind of just... it's what is, and I guess it's what I would have expected from myself anyway. Show day. Let's just talk about show day. Show day was, oh my god. It made everything, every little bit, every discomfort, every challenge, every moment of I want to rip my hairs out of my head, worth it. It made it all worthwhile. From the moment of walking into the Long Beach Convention Center and being led to the dressing rooms and sitting down with the lights around me. If you've watched A Star is Born, when Lady Gaga's in the back doing her makeup or removing her makeup, and you see how the mirrors have the lights, which every beauty guru now has, those mirrors. Well, they were all over the room. I loved being there. The girls were so nice. Everyone was helpful. It's an amateur show, so there was a lot of new people, and so we were all, well, not all, but many of us were nervous and excited and a little bit afraid, but more so just happy, just ready to do it. And it was wonderful to see how kind everybody was and how much of a group we actually were, in the sense that people looked out for each other and people wanted to help each other. So I loved that portion of it. We did our rehearsals for the show. I enjoyed that so much as well. It was a ball. And then finally showtime. Oh my gosh, showtime. My heart was... Stop it. My heart was pounding out of my chest. But something about that adrenaline that frees me, it liberates me. It's like sink or swim, baby. You jump head and first, and you better learn how to swim. And that's what I feel like, and I like that feeling, and it drives me forward. So that's what I felt. I was like, okay, everything I could have done to this point, I've done. There's no more changes that are going to take place from this moment onto the show. So just rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. If you screw up, that's fine. The worst thing that could happen is you eat on the stage, and guess what? It'll be a funny story to tell one day, years down the road at a family dinner. That's the worst. The best that could happen is, I don't even think that was a possibility, which was winning. the best that could happen is I go on that stage. To me, my goal, the best that could happen is I go on that stage, I own it, I kill it, I don't second guess myself, I smile, and I don't play small. That was that. And so when it came to stage time, obviously we were guided, and they did an incredible job about it all. And guys, I felt alive on the stage. I loved it. I haven't done it in a very long time, to be presenting in a big group or public speaking or performing. I haven't done it in years, like maybe 5 years. And I forgot how incredible the feeling is. Oh my God. I felt anew. I became a stranger to myself, and I loved that feeling. I hit the objectives. The objectives were: don't walk too fast, have a lot of sass, and don't ever get left behind. Meaning, when they call every girl to the front, you better get in the front. You push to be in the front. That was what I was taught. So I'm like, okay, objective, 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 and okay, those are the objectives. Now hit them, go. So I just made sure to hit my objectives, and I feel with myself I hit my objectives. So yeah, so the stage was, it was a dream. It was a dream come true. I loved it. I can't wait to do it again. I'm gonna do it again. But I'm not gonna do it again until my body is at a competitive level, because guys, everything is expensive. I spent like, if you count down training and coaching and the show and the suit and all that. Oh, I have my suit here, by the way. Look how pretty. I went with red. Of course I went with red. This is the back of the bikini and the front. So pretty. I'm gonna keep it because it's my first one, and I don't know, there's something special about your first one. As far as myself, you know, I hired Bonnie back in April. I hired her when I was so intimidated of showing up at a gym. I didn't know what the hell to do with anything. And I didn't want to go to a gym. I wanted someone to come to my house and work out with me here. So she was perfect, because that's her business. She drives to you and she works out with you at your either your gym at your complex or in your home, whatever the case. She comes to you. So she was great, and that was April, and I was 147 pounds at 5 feet, half an inch tall. That's horrible. I was living a hedonistic lifestyle. I was abusing the fact that I could. I was eating out every day, multiple meals a day, if not every single one of my meals. I wasn't exercising. I would casually go to hot yoga whenever I felt like it. I was drinking more often than anyone should. I was abusing myself. And I found this quote the other day. I'm not going to look for it because then I'm going to lose my train of thought, which basically was saying self-care isn't shopping for everything you want, or doesn't have to be. It's not that it isn't. Self-care doesn't have to be shopping for everything you want, eating everything you want to eat, drinking whenever you want to drink. Self-care doesn't have to mean that. Sometimes self-care means having a routine in your life, limiting yourself, taking control of how much, when, and what you consume. For that time in my life, I was taking self-care as, let me have everything I've ever wanted to have because I can have it. And I did that, and it was fun, and it was great, but there's no longevity in that lifestyle. When I think about myself and my goals for my life, I strive for longevity. I don't want fleeting moments of joy and happiness. I want long-term, even if it's not fireworks and shooting stars. I want just long-term. Every day there's a sunshine, and every night there's a moon, and sometimes we'll get specks of stars, and I'm happy with that. Slow and steady, consistent. That's what I want. Routine, mundane. I love it. I guess it's a time clock in the human, perhaps. But when I was younger, when I was in my early 20s and teens, I wanted that. I wanted to feel every potential emotion, and now I want to know I'm working towards something greater. I want to know that I can predict the outcome of my future. Obviously, life has a lot of surprises, but for whatever's within my control, I want to know that I'm working towards something better. And so that life of gluttony and no restraints just isn't for me. That's not where I find happiness. So back in April, I was dealing with the results of those choices. And Bonnie came into my life, and little by little, she creatively found ways to get me to a gym. She said, hey, she knows I love Tivoli Village, so she said, hey, have you been to David Barton at Tivoli Village? I'm like, no, I never even heard about it. She's like, come with me. Oh my God, I fell in love, and I've talked about it in other videos, how much I love my gym. I fell in love with it. It was everything a person like myself wants. And so she got me to that gym. Then she said, I'll train you 4 to 5 days a week if you just come to the gym with me. I'm like, I'd be stupid to say no to that. Absolutely, yes. So I started doing that. And then she said, compete with me. And I thought, what the hell, me? No way, I'm not a fitness girl. Why would I compete? And she said, why wouldn't you? Why not? You could be a fitness girl if you just follow the formula. All right, fine, I'll do it. You know what she said that really sold it to me? She said, you're doing what 99%, if you say yes to this, you would be doing what 99% of people don't do and won't ever do, which is waking up every morning and going to the gym. Waking up every morning, working out, lifting weights, doing cardio, every day doing that. She's like, you're doing what most people won't ever do. And I like that. I like the idea of that. I thought, sounds like a challenge. And who doesn't want to be part of that 1% who succeeds and does things that most people won't ever do, right? I want to be. I do. I think we all have that desire in us that we all want to be that. So it sold me the dream, and I thought, you know what? I want to know what that feels like. Okay, I'm up for the challenge. And by show day, I was 123. So I am down to 123. Well, with water and everything, I'm probably like 125, 126. I'm so proud of myself. Within 11 weeks, we really pushed past boundaries. And so we started training late July. So it was a total of 11 weeks to train for the show. I learned a lot. I grew a lot. I was completely challenged in ways I would never challenge myself. And I'm so happy I did it, and I look forward to doing it again. I've been on such a high because I've been thinking, man, that's 6 months. 6 months, I started off working out twice a week, occasionally 3, occasionally 4, to working out every single day, 5, 6, 7 days a week. And within 6 months, I've achieved this. There's a quote that roams on the internet, which is, you could start today. Okay, I don't remember it, so I'm going to paraphrase it. But basically, you can start today, and 6 months from now, look back and be proud of yourself if you just stay consistent. Or you can choose not to start and just stay doing the same things you're doing, and 6 months from now, either have gotten worse or looking back, wishing you started sooner. I'm sure you've all heard it or read it at some point, right? Well, I would see that quote often and think, God, I just have to start. But starting is the most difficult part, just starting. And people say, just start. And it's like, how, where, when, how, blah. That's the most challenging part. So I started, and 6 months later, I'm looking back and I think, man, in 6 months, I was able to accomplish all of this. How much more can be accomplished in 6 more months, right? It gives me purpose. It's encouraging, and I look forward to meeting that girl 6 months from today. But for now, I'm simply learning to continue falling in love with the lifestyle, because overall what I wanted wasn't a quick fix. What I wanted was a lifestyle change. What I wanted was routine, structure, a resume to follow. That's what I wanted. That's it. I think about the future. I think, well, when I'm a parent, How am I going to raise my children? And routine is essential to raising a child, to simplify their life when they're adults, in school, with their workplace, etc. Routine is essential. And I think, well, I need to figure out my routine. My routine isn't just work. It's what do I do before work? What do I do after work? How do I plan my days prior, my days off before work? How do I plan my life for the week? That's routine. And I need to get that down, because if I don't, I'm not going to be the person I want to be. And if ever I'm a parent, I'm not going to be the parent I would strive to be. So it all matters. It's all for the long term. It's not just now. It's not just the aesthetics of a beautiful body, because I think a beautiful body is commendable and it is important. And you know what? One thing I hear that pisses me off, and it's a little bit of rant. People get mad about fit women or fit anybody on a magazine. To me, that's the most absurd and selfish and pitiful perspective. Because yeah, you're gonna put a fit person. You know, it's not easy to be fit like that. I think Bill Burr said it. It's easy to sit on your ass and get fat. That's easy, but to work out every day, that's not. To eat the things you have to eat, and to learn to love to eat the things that you perhaps don't love because you like your cafecito con mucha azúcar, and learning how to maybe drink it black or substituting to a different form of sweetener, that's not easy. Changing habits is not easy. Conforming to a structure is not easy, especially when you don't have one. That's not easy. It's a lot of work, and I have so much respect for people who do put in the work. That when I hear that, it's pitiful. It's like saying a C student should get honor roll in college. Absolutely not. You're average. Why would you get honor roll? Or why would you get to be the valedictorian? Why? You don't. You earn things. They take a lot of time and they take a lot of hard work. So you don't just get things. So yeah, it's amazing, and we should have fit people on cover of magazines. They work their ass off to be there. Absolutely. Anyway, that was a side rant. I don't even know if I'm gonna post it, because I know it can be a controversial topic, but the pity parties are just pathetic. Anyway, and not to say fit people are better than anyone else, but to say people are rewarded when they do something out of the ordinary. That's when you're rewarded, when you do something out of the ordinary. For instance, in this show, by no means should I have won. Absolutely not. The girl who won in my division, her body was God, breathtaking, neck breaker, everything. Inspirational. Wow. I'm not there yet. I will be, but this wasn't the day. Seeing how fit all of them were, it only inspired me, and I thought, man, I could be that. I can look like that too. I just have to put in the work equally, and I have to two things, consistency and time. Those are my best friends right now. Just stay consistent and let time run its course. That's it. Anyway, I'm all over the place with this at this point. If you've ever considered trying something like this, I would say go for it. Do it. Thank you for sitting through all of this with me and listening and watching. And I will see you soon.